Okay, so today I'm going to be making some water kefir, and the company that I'm using is floridasunkefir.com. They're on Amazon. Really good packaging. Came with all these. This is their Facebook and their Instagram. Look at the cute little kefir granules. Came with very thorough instructions, nutritional information, storage, FAQs, all that. It says on the package, do not store live cultures, QC passed, no refrigeration, 100% product of Florida culture with Florida Springs water. Okay, so kefir is essentially a SCOBY, a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. Kind of like, and this is Bob. Say hi, Bob. Hey, Bob. Okay. Kind of like a kombucha SCOBY, but these are grains. And we also use and make our own milk kefir. So I'll do another video on that separately. But I just got this stuff today for the water kefir. My milk kefir is already started lacto fermentation. So I have here my jar that I'm going to put it in. This is a 32-ounce jar. No, it's not. This is a quart jar. What is that in my nail? Eyeliner. Okay. And then I have 2 bottles of spring water, which is on sale at Whole Foods right now for, I think, $3. And I just like their spring water better. So I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of brown sugar for every 1/4 cup of kefir grains. So I'll be back when I get everything mixed up. I forgot to mention too, you use 32 ounces of water, spring water, it has to be natural spring water, for every 1/4 cup of kefir grains. Okay, so I've got my natural spring water in the jar. And I'm actually, since I know this is a 1/4 cup of kefir grains, I'm going to put this in something else, and I'm going to measure my brown sugar in this. And that way I can get all of the yummy probiotic juice that's in there. Now, some kefir grains are white and some are this beautiful amber color. Kind of look like resin. But it depends on what you feed them with. These I can tell have been fed with brown sugar because of the smell. They smell really, really yummy. And the instructions say to feed it with any brand brown sugar. So I'm using the Great Value brand because, you know, I love the store brand. It's cheaper. But you can give them regular sugar. Some people give them regular sugar and molasses. Some people use demerara sugar. Some people use raw organic sugar. You don't really need to do all that extra stuff because at the end of the day, chemically, it's just sugar and it's just going to eat the sugar. You're not getting any of the sugar in the kefir water because the grains are alive and they're using it to eat. And they probably don't appreciate all the sunlight I'm putting on them because we know bacteria likes to grow in dark, damp places. So I'm going to get my sugar and I'm going to put it in my water and get it dissolved. And I'll be back with some health benefits of kefir. Okay. So I have my brown sugar measured out in the same container. And like I said, this is a 1/4 cup that it came in. And as you can see here, a 1/4 cup is a lot. This is the lid to the quart jar. I don't know if you can really see how big that is, but it's pretty big. It's on 1/2 gallon. But this is a lot of grains. And they are, put them over here. Omari just ate one. What did it taste like, Mari?
It tastes like sea moss.
She said it tastes like sea moss. That's funny. But they're just kind of like, they feel like gummy bears a little bit. They're just beautiful to me. They look like little precious stones. But they're spongy, a little bit sticky. I'm not going to touch them too much because I have my own bacteria. on my hands, and I don't want that to disrupt what's on the kefir. But this is a lot. This is a big spoon. It just doesn't look that big on camera, but this is a lot. This is pretty much all you need. So I think I'm going to start, once I get these fed, because they've been in the mail, I'm going to start another big one of these jars, because I have 4 of these. I ordered 4 of these on Amazon. 2 are for my water kefir, and then 2 are going to be for my milk kefir, because I'm doing a liquid fast for 100 days, so I'm taking a lot of liquids in. I drink a lot of milk kefir and a lot of water kefir soon, inshallah. Okay, so I've got my brown sugar in here. And you'll see that some people use sugar and molasses. It's the same thing. That's all brown sugar is sugar and molasses. So whether it's light or dark just depends on the amount of molasses. But it's essentially the same exact thing.
It looks like sweet tea.
Some people, I'm not sure if the molasses, it does look like sweet tea. I'm not sure if the molasses that's in brown sugar is unsulfured. Maybe that's why some people go the route of using molasses and sugar instead of just brown sugar. That makes sense if that's the reason why. But that could very well be it. But the instructions said any brand brown sugar, and I know that whatever they're telling me to feed this with is what they've been feeding it with. So that's what I'm going to use. Alrighty. So I'm going to get my lovely assistant, Bob. Not you, Mar. You sit down. Bob, could you please bring me
Bob is plastic.
the kefir grains? Is it too heavy for you, Bob? Okay. Okay, Mar, you can do it. So this is the first one. She's just going to pour that in. Or you can just hold it over and I'll scoop it in there.
They're so beautiful.
Thank you, lovely assistant. I'm so glad your nails are clean today.
I know.
Oh, we lost one. This is something good that you can do with the kids too. Kind of like a science experiment, you know? So they learn about bacteria and good bacteria and bad bacteria.
Like scobies.
Yeah, which these are scobies. They're just SCOBY grains, basically.
Scoby babies.
But these are the bacteria that most of us are missing in our gut. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that all disease started in the gut. And Hippocrates also said that that's a principle in Ayurveda. So great minds think alike. And we know this scientifically to be true now. The reason that a lot of people crave junk food and are unable to lose weight, even when they do eat right, is because they're missing so many of these vital bacteria in their gut. And there was actually a study that was done on the gut of overweight people versus people that were in shape and at a healthy weight in BMI. And they took the gut bacteria, the microbiome, a microbiome swab sample from the healthy, fit people and put them in the gut of the overweight and obese people, and the overweight and obese people lost weight. And another study did an actual bowel transplant, some kind of like colon. I don't know, it was disgusting, but they took poop essentially and put it in the gut of the obese participants in the study, and they lost weight. So there you have it. So I'm just gonna get Mara. You can put the other one in, and gotta definitely give them props for this packaging, man, because I ordered some milk kefir from a different company, and it was just the bag exploded in the mail, because this is, it's giving off gas, and whatever they package it with is gonna eat. And obviously these are not starved. They probably just packaged them with sugar on top. I don't know, but they did a great job with this packaging. I mean, very professional. I'm very satisfied with them. And these, the ones that we just added, have already swollen up in here. See, they're substantially bigger and they're floating to the top. That means that they're eating the water. Let me see if I can scoop one. I can't scoop them because as they sit in the water, they get more translucent and they swell to where they just look like a kind of like fuzz on the bottom. But they swollen up significantly just in the past few minutes. Okay, Mar, you can put the other one in. So she's gonna open that one. You doing all right, Bob? Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I have bacteria on my hands.
You definitely have bacteria on your hands. So we're just gonna stir this up. And I'm gonna get it out of the sunlight because bacteria hates sun. And then we're gonna put it in the cupboard and leave it there for 48 hours. And then come back and we'll have water kefir. Now, when you get it out of the mail, typically it takes a few feedings before you're able to have kefir. But this is a pretty good quality kefir, and I know it's fresh, so it might just take one feeding, the initial feeding that we're doing now. So I'll make another video when we harvest it. Assalamu alaikum. Also, when you put the lid on, you don't want to put the lid on tight because, like I said, it's eating and it's giving off gas, and you don't want an explosion. So just put it on loosely, not too tight. Just maybe twist it a little bit like that.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
ولما جاء عيسى بالبينات قال قد جئتكم بالحكمة ولأبين لكم بعض الذي تختلفون فيه فاتقوا الله وأطيعون إن الله هو ربي وربكم فاعبدوه هذا صراط مستقيم فاختلف الأحزاب من بينهم فويل للذين ظلموا من عذاب يوم أليم هل ينظرون إلا الساعة أن تأتيهم بغتة.
Okay, so this is my milk kefir. This is the third day, and as you can see, it has some separation at the bottom there. And I added some more grains to it that I ordered today. So they've eaten up all, yes, they've eaten up all the lactose in this milk. So now they need to be fed again. You want to catch it before it gets that significant. Because this down here is whey, and this up here is the kefir. Another interesting thing about the kefir grains, besides them supposedly being handed down from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is that they cannot be duplicated. You cannot make kefir without having grains, and so all the grains that we have present today came from those ancient grains in the Caucasus Mountains. Okay, so this is the kefir. I'm gonna get it, put my strainer in here, and pour it in. I need a bigger bowl because I gotta move that around. Okay, so this is the little bit of kefir that I strained out, and these are the milk kefir grains. This is what you need to, I don't want to get in the sun because bacteria hates the sun. This is what you need to make kefir. You cannot make kefir without the grains. So I'm going to pour the rest of this in here. I'm not going to clean this jar out because this jar has all that good bacteria that I need to make more kefir. And I'm just going to push this through like this. Get all that through the strainer. Tamara, are you going to help me? Yeah. Okay, you're such a good helper. Let me get you to help mommy in a minute. These are all the grains I have. This is like a tablespoon. You need a tablespoon to make 32 ounces of kefir. Depending on how thick you want it. I like mine really, really thick. And this is milk kefir. This is different from the water kefir. It just happened to be ready right when I was making the water kefir video. So I'm going to move this to the side. Always use stainless steel. Any kind of bacteria, don't move. Any kind of bacteria hates aluminum. So anytime you're working with the symbiotic colonies or anything like that, you want to use stainless steel or plastic. So I'm going to move this to the side. And then I'm going to put my kefir grains, back into the container they were already in. And then I'm going to pour my fresh milk. Pass me the milk, baby. I'm going to pour my fresh milk through my dirty, some people will call it dirty strainer. But I want to get all that good stuff. And this is unhomogenized whole milk. And we get it locally. It's from a local dairy farmer here in, well, the farmer's in southeast Alabama. But they have different drop-off points. And they sell it at Whole Foods. But it's a local dairy. Excuse the cereal on the counter. So now I've got my new milk in. And I want to keep all that yumminess that's on the side, because those are those good bacteria that we need to make the kefir. And I'm going to give it a little stir and incorporate everything. And then I'm going to put the lid on here loosely and set it up in the cabinet. Okay, so the company that I ordered my milk kefir from is called Mr. and Mrs. Kefir. I freaking love this company. I ordered from a different company and the bag of kefir grains exploded in the mail. And it was sour when it got here and it came super late. So I am a big fan of this company. They included that nylon strainer and the plastic spoon so that I wouldn't kill my kefir grains. Also, I use Working Cow's dairy for my milk. They are a local creamery here in Alabama. They're in Slocum, and their milk is not homogenized and is pasteurized at the lowest possible level because it's illegal to sell raw milk here in Alabama. So inshallah, hopefully in the future they'll change that and we'll be able to get raw milk, but as of now we're not allowed to have it. But they have different drop-off points, and I'm actually able to get that milk from Whole Foods here in Montgomery. So alhamdulillah for that. But Mr. and Mrs. Kefir, they have really, really good grains. As you can see, this is not kefir, milk kefir starter or dehydrated milk kefir. These are actual living grains that have not been frozen or dehydrated. So they've essentially been taken out of kefir that was already existent and just have been packaged and sent to me. And I paid for express shipping, and they actually came before the date that they were supposed to arrive. So kudos to them. Definitely will be giving them a good review. I suggest that you guys buy from them. They are not sponsoring this video in any way. And they also sell the water kefir grains, but I didn't know that. I ended up getting mine from the other company that I had mentioned before. But they had great packaging and great shipping time. So they are Mr. and Mrs. Kefir that I made, and there's a little separation in here because the milk I use is unhomogenized. So I'm just going to stir it back together, and I'm going to do a second ferment on this. Now you can do a second ferment in your refrigerator or on your counter. The second ferment is just when you take the kefir grains out and then you continue to ferment it. So I'm going to put this milk, this kefir, back in this jar with the rest of it. See how thick that is? And then I'm going to leave it on my counter for another 24 hours. Then that helps it not to be as tart and it makes it a little bit sweeter. Then I'm going to put it in my refrigerator with some fruit in it. So that it can continue to ferment and eat those sugars off of the fruit, and I'll consume it throughout the week like that. So this is, wait 1 second please, take that out the sink. This is my, the kefir on the right is the one with the grains, and the one on the left is the one I just made that I'm going to second ferment. I keep it in the corner over here by my stand mixer because it's really dark over here. And I found that it does better on the counter because it's a little bit more warm than in the cabinet. So remember to store your kefir in glass or stainless steel, never plastic or aluminum. Okay, so I actually am gonna put my water kefir in the cabinet just because fruit flies and gnats love water kefir. So I had my measurements wrong, and that was supposed to be broken up into a quarter cup per 32 ounces. So a quarter cup of kefir, water kefir grains, will make a quart of water kefir. So I just had to divide it into those 2 quart containers.